So this is good on the monthly time frame, and like I always say, on the monthly time frame, what I look out for is what a trend is telling me. So on the monthly time frame, you had gold breaking up towards the upside. This happened somewhere around 2011, and this also happened somewhere around July 2020. All right, you know we are basing on past data to make a decision. So we had a breakout towards the upside, and price started consolidating in this area, giving us a fake breakout towards the downside, and eventually we had price pushing up again, forming a double bottom. Double bottom, like I said, is always found in an uptrend, and double tops are always found when price wants to move to a downtrend or is changing from one direction to another, and double bottoms are found when price is changing from a downtrend to an uptrend. So that is what we had here. You can see price breaking right after the fake breakout. You can see price formed what a double bottom here, and then we also have the breakout towards the upside again, breaking these previous highs, and then right after that we had price coming back to do what, to retest that same level, which is our support 10 resistance. All right, so we are now looking at key levels. Now you can see that since then price has been moving towards the upside. So all these things happen in at least, let's see, we had 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, almost 8 months now. We've been seeing gold moving in an uptrend right after the breakout and the retest of the previous levels. All right, so what is this telling us? Gold is still in an uptrend, all right, unless of course we want to take a counter trend. Gold is still in an uptrend. So what are we going to be looking at? We are still going to be looking at more buys. This is going to be favorable, especially to position traders and some swing traders, because gold is still moving in an uptrend. And once you know the long term of what gold is doing, then you know how to take or enter your trades. Now let's move to the weekly time frame and see what is happening there as well. Here on the weekly time frame, we can still see price doing whatever it has to do, and whatever we saw on the monthly time frame is still the same thing we are seeing here. All right, so it means that every candle here was formed in what, in 1 week. So every single candle here was formed in 1 week. And when we were on the monthly time frame, we talked about price coming back to retest or to kiss the previous high, which was previously our resistance and now our support. Now on the weekly time frame, what are we seeing? You can see that we had a push towards the upside, breaking the previous highs. Then we had exhaustion, we had a push here, we had exhaustion, we had a push, we had exhaustion. Now the exhaustion we had here is now the double bottom, which I already talked about at this point. Anytime you see a double bottom in and maybe in a downtrend, that should tell you that price is moving in an uptrend. Or anytime you see a double bottom, you always see it in an uptrend. All right, so we now had a push, the exhaustion, the push, the exhaustion here. Yep, what price wanted to do was that we had a double top here, which was trying to push price towards the downside, but luckily price did not break the previous low over here, and it started pushing up again. All right, so we still have this push to the upside, the exhaustion, the push, exhaustion, the push, exhaustion. Look at how simple this thing is. Then we had another push again. So you as a trader, what will you be looking at? You'll be looking at price to come for an exhaustion, then you look for another push. So price should come for an exhaustion here, then you look for another push towards the upside. So this is on the weekly time frame. All right, you already know what the trend is telling you. So here, what are you going to be looking for? You are going to be looking for selling as the exhaustion or the counter trend. Then you now look for buying opportunity right after we've had the exhaustion, unless of course something else happened. But now that the trend is telling us that we are buying gold, then we are only going to take a counter trend and then look for continuation of the buy towards the upside. Let's move lower and see what we have there again. Now here is gold on the weekly time frame, and you can see that whatever we saw on the daily time frame, and you can see that whatever we saw on the weekly time frame is the same thing that is happening here. This is the weekly low we saw on the weekly time frame, and we were talking about, or I was talking about, price coming back for an exhaustion, then we can continue the move to the upside. This is what I am seeing because gold is still in an uptrend. All right, and you can see that whatever we talked about is what is happening here. Now price is coming back into this zone to complete the exhaustion or the correction phase before we start seeing the move further to the upside. So at this point, what are we going to look for? We are only going to look for selling opportunities until this zone is exhausted. Then we can now look for buying opportunity. I hear other people saying the trend on gold, the buy trend on gold is coming to an end. I don't believe so, because I am still looking at price coming for an exhaustion before they move towards the upside. Now let's look at this. This is now the 4 hour time frame. All right, this is the 4 hour time frame, and this is where I love to play a lot. Now on the 4 hour time frame, you can see that price has started losing its momentum when it wanted to come for the exhaustion phase. You can see price has started losing its momentum from here. Now we had this high here, which was not broken by this, was not broken by this, it was not broken by this. So this is already telling us a lot with all these rejections, which I've already taught in one of my videos, until we had the FOMC. Until we had the FOMC, which is this breaking towards the upside to pick up all this liquidity before the drop continued to the downside. So I am still looking at gold moving further towards the downside to this point, at least this point, before I can look for selling opportunities again, before I can look for buying opportunities again. So I'm still waiting for price to move to the downside before I can look for buying opportunities again. Those who swing those who swing this trade or cut this sell from this point can still hold till it gets here before they look for a buy. But those of us who trade during the day, the intraday traders, would have to be coming in, moving out, coming in, moving out. So this is what we are going to have happening on gold. All right, you can see the break to the upside, then started having a loss of momentum. So this is what I am going to be looking out for. This is what price is going to be doing. You see, we are going to have this price to continue losing momentum until the exhaustion phase or the correction phase is over. Then we can now have a buy towards the upside. So this is very simple. All you need to know is what the structure is telling you. Look for your key zones, and then you find whatever patterns you want to add. Then you can now confirm with your entry, and you look for good money. Now when you look at this place too, when I was doing my analysis, I later on drew this chart pattern. You can see that this chart pattern is a bullish flag pattern, all right, and this is already telling me that we are going to have something like this. And this is what the FOMC has done. But on the other hand too, first of all, you need to confirm your trend on the higher time frame. All right, if you're able to confirm your trend on the higher time frame. So even though I saw this bullish flag pattern, I was also comparing it to the higher time frame, because on the higher time frame I am looking at exhaustion. So there is no way I'll be looking at buying gold at this point, unless of course I'm buying in between the flag pattern until price breaks out of the flag pattern, of the bullish flag pattern, towards the zone I am looking at buying from. All right, so you can see that this is the same thing that is happening here. So basically this is the update on gold. You can go as low as 15 minutes time frame to look for entries, but for me, I do play on the 1 hour and the 4 hour, unless of course I'm not seeing something right. Then I'll now move towards the lower time frame, like the 30 minutes and 15 minutes, to look for an entry. So basically this is the update on gold. If you love this video, just hit on that subscribe button, like, and also leave a comment below. Thank you for watching. Bye.